Hello everyone, this is Starman and welcome back to Let's Play Fallout 4 Wasteland Workshop. Well, I put in about an hour's work into rebuilding my hideaway in Hangman's Alley. You can see the caretaker there just walked in, and you can see a rather visible difference from out here in the alley. I've got the broadcast dish there trying to lure in more settlers to help me with the farm I've built here, and I've got Piper with me, apparently taking a smoke break. But right when we walk in, yep, I have got a neon sign set up declaring that this place is Starman Shack. I've still got the barrier here just in case any raiders come in through the barricade, where they have these two guns waiting for them. The neon sign is being powered by a pylon here that is plugged to a generator behind it. This lets you run a current through the walls or ceilings.
What was that? Oh, nothing.
I want to give this guy a Don Knotts voice so bad. Just, oh, what the, oh! Just seems to fit the character. Anyway, I have not touched the inside of the shack because there's really nothing to do here. I have cleared out the entire downstairs area, you will have noticed, although I did put a cooking stove in over here. Still got the safe full of all of my spare gear there. And I believe this is a brand new settler I've recruited, possibly. Nick is still hanging out here. I left him the weapons weapons station to play with, although I've got a brand new one, nicer one upstairs. Dog meat, I have moved him and given him this seat of honor right here, right in the middle of things, right by the fire. So, first level of the new home. Well, not much to tell here. We got water pumps over here, got the garden over here. You'll note that the garden is entirely mutt fruit, and there's a few carrots, corn and potatoes back here. The reason why I'm mass growing those is, fun little pro tip, if you take potato, corn, mutt fruit, and purified water and cook it, you can make vegetable starch. And vegetable starch gives you 5 units of adhesive. So once you get a nice little farm going, you can start growing your own adhesive instead of having to pay a couple thousand caps for it. I broke the barricade here. We still have this blocked off. Got another turret ready to guard any raiders coming this way. And back here in the middle, got another step down here because the ground is a bit wonky here. This entrance also has a staircase, and you know we have a staircase going up here to the second level. We've also got the main staircase over here on the west side of the compound, which takes us up to the second floor. Now the second floor I have not developed too much, except to set up a couple of sleeping bags over here for the farm workers, because they don't need too much in the way of comfort. I will add more decoration here as needed, give them something a little bit homier to look at. And over here we see the generator and the turret, back behind the neon sign informing people this is Starman Shack. Now here we have the main staircase, which it's not quite a spiral staircase, but it does go up through the entire structure. Got another little alcove here, where I could sell something up in the future. So that takes us to level 3. Now this is where we start getting into some of the more comfy, what I set up for myself. I've got some proper beds set up here for some more of the workers, for my companions. And then here's the space I have set aside for myself and Piper. Come on, Piper, go ahead and sit down. There we go, that's what it's there for. So yeah, I have my bobblehead collection here, as well as the spinner racks for my magazine collection. Got plenty of room for expansion here. And you'll note that we actually have rain right here, but we are underneath a roof, so you know, it's probably not the warmest home, but we are nice and sheltered. And I can set up a heater there if I need to later. So again, not much to development over here, partly because at this level some of the different little things start interfering with your ability to build and set up walls. Actually, that's a very good point. I might be able to set up an individual wall here. Gotta hold that thing down forever for it to trigger, but let us see. Metal wall. Well, I'll be darned. Okay, well this will make things much better. I can actually use this to seal up all the spaces so that there is no danger of people falling off the roof. Although there are still some wonky places where it won't quite work, but I'll bet that I could put one of those in between the bunk beds, though. No? Now maybe I need a slightly smaller wall for that one. Well, I could do it there, but it won't quite line up. Yeah, there are still some bugs about where stuff will snap into place or won't snap into place. But yeah, can definitely use that to spruce things up and create a nice big room, big sealed room here later. And I have another staircase set up over here on the corner. And we're getting into the more open part of the compound here. We're up on the 4th floor now. And this one, the storm passed. I can see sunlight trickling in through things now. And you know, we've got some odd wires here and there. That's background stuff that, you know, it looks impressive from the ground, but you can walk right through it. And over here on the 4th floor, which now here's we're back to the main staircase, we go down here and hey, there's my bedroom again. 4th floor, again, have not developed this one too much. Got more space over here to set up more room for workers and people who come to stay here, assuming we can recruit more of them. But over here in this corner, I've set up the bays for my and Piper's power armor, and then we have a chemistry station, armor workbench, and weapons workbench, the best possible workbench. And then over here on the corner, we have the generator and the transmitter for attracting settlers, as well as another little alcove here, number one there. And then finally, we've got a staircase going up to the 5th floor. And once we get to this point, it usually won't let us build anymore. Yeah, it just shut down. You might recall this is about where we had the robot building lab back in the Automatron Let's Play. But yeah, here we have a nice little place where we can jump up onto the rooftops. And you got the little fire escape here, which now, well, I blocked off my entrance there. However, we still have this way there. Haha.
You build high walls too if you have neighbors like these.
Oh, I built high walls, Nick. I built high walls, I built this city, and I built this city on rock and roll. And about 3 tons of sheet metal. But yeah, that is Starman Shack so far. And you know, a fun little project. I mean, I've never been much for the whole Sims aspect of this sort of game. And I sure as heck don't intend to make a habit of this, but not a bad little place for doing repairs, working on armor, upgrading gear and whatnot. So that has accomplished the first thing that we can try and do with the new and improved Wasteland workshop set. We have now made ourselves a nice little home, nice little sign. I just wish I could get rid of the frickin' moldering Raider corpse. But we've got one more little task to accomplish with this. And the place we're going to go and do it is the Starlight Drive-In. Now, for those of you who don't remember where we encountered this before, it's over to the east of the Drumlin Diner, and my population has exploded over there. I started doing some construction work over there after realizing that without my doing anything, that place attracted 18 people. And I modified it a little bit even before I started playing around with the Wasteland workshop kit. And I've created a rather nice little settlement there, but I've also cleared out a fair bit of space. And that is where we are going to build the Arena of Justice. And what is the Arena of Justice, you ask? Oh, you shall see, my friends. You shall see. But first, let me brag on the Starlight Diner area. Now, I have cleared this out a fair bit. And, wow, quite a bit of stampeding there. Fun thing, since I maxed out my charisma and got all of the local leadership perks, I want deciding to turn some of the people who are hanging around here who weren't doing anything into provisioners. So I now have tons of these people wandering around becoming salespeople. I intend to build some stores here and put some people in charge of that in a bit. But we've also got a rather sizable farm here. Looks like the corn harvest is growing up here. Got some mutt fruit over here. Got more mutt fruit and corn over here. I got potatoes set up over here along with more mutt fruit. And you'll note that I've got 2 water purifiers set up, and that radioactive pond, no longer radioactive. Got a rather sizable amount of public housing over here. Got some beds in use. Sleeping bags, really, but they count as beds. Got another little home here. Got lots of turrets set up at the 2 main pathways. Got some armor benches and whatnot set up here. Little metal shacks with 1 bed each. You can see that some of those are populated. Haven't done anything with the diner, really, but we just saw the broadcast beacon up there. And so, yeah, this has become a rather nice little homestead, a trading hub, in spite of my not really doing much to develop it, apart from just saying, hey, you're a provisioner now, go out and sell stuff, and developing some supply lines to travel around all the Wasteland and hopefully bring in more goods and unify everything so I can trade between places a bit more easily. And this is all well and good, but you'll note that we have quite a bit of open space here. This is where I'm going to build an arena, because the other little add-on for the Wasteland Workshop is that you can start trapping things and having them fight for your amusement. Now, why on earth would I call this the Arena of Justice? Well, you might remember that there's a certain treacherous head of the Minutemen who keeps bossing me around even though I'm the general and expecting me to do all the work, even though, you know, really it's his job. Well, actually, now that I think about it, I don't think that that video has aired yet. I am filming these I'm filming these a little bit out of sequence with when they're posting onto the web. So a couple of videos back I did imprison Preston Garvey in a radioactive hole. Unfortunately, it did not kill him, so I decided to have him work off his debt to, you know, the glory that is the railroad by putting him to work farming the field. And he has been doing that without complaint ever since.
Got a dangerous look about you. Hope you ain't here for me.
Not quite, and hey, I've attracted a ghoul settler. Not bad.
Seems to be growing well.
That's the simple things. But yes, we'll go ahead and, you know, pick fruit and make more vegetable starch / adhesive later. But yes, this is where I intend to build an arena. For this place was once a home of entertainment, so shall it be again, for I have decreed it. And lo, shall I pit Preston against all manner of beastie until he is dead. Or until I get bored, whichever comes first. So, we shall go ahead and close this chapter out. I shall begin the construction, and when we return, next time, you shall behold the glory of the arena that I shall construct. And lo, you shall rejoice in its mightiness. Until then, take care,